Our dear Shaney, we're so thrilled to be here with you and Matt on this beautiful day. We couldn't be happier for you and your families.
Thank you, Wacks and Wacks families, for this gorgeous night and for bringing us all together to celebrate this amazing couple.
When Shaney asked us to give a toast at the wedding, we were both excited and honored, but if we're being honest, a little intimidated. Not by the act of public speaking itself, though, trembling. But in each of our friendships with Shaney, Shaney is the keeper of the memories.
Her brain is a Rolodex of conversations, from 6th grade sleepovers, notes passed back and forth in Miss Loosemore's English class, and all of the inside jokes that made us laugh till we cried, but now have long since forgotten. So as you can imagine, coming up with the appropriate stories to toast to the bride who remembers everything is no easy task. So now, like any good millennials, we started by Googling what makes a good wedding speech. I don't know if you all know this, but there are lots of rules. You can't go on too long. You can't tell too many stories, especially not embarrassing ones. So all the driving stories are out. You're welcome.
You have to be the perfect mix of sentimental and sweet and funny. You can't say the words penis or poop. And you definitely can't have more than one drink beforehand.
Double oops.
So as you can tell, we were in trouble. But then we tried to think about how Shaney would approach this task. And the storm clouds opened, and our perfect, unifying, sentimental, but funny theme was revealed to us. Shaney would have the hardest time figuring out what to do. For those of you who don't know Shaney as well as we do, this may be a surprise, but our darling girl has a little bit of a hard time making decisions. And so Molly and I had a front row seat to this ever since we were young, but we took very different approaches.
Shaney and I have been friends practically since birth, and maybe that explains why we share this unparalleled indecisiveness, which only grew exponentially worse when we were together. The majority of our playdates consisted of the two of us discussing what we wanted to do. We would sit on top of Shaney's super cool bunk bed, of which I was always extremely jealous, contemplating all of the possible fun activities, carefully laying out the pros and cons of each as if we were about to sign a binding playdate contract. Finally, the time would come to make a decision, a responsibility which we both avoided like the plague. We would go back and forth asking one another, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? Tossing the decision-making responsibility back and forth like a hot potato until our playdate time ran out and we had never actually carried out any of our amazing playdate activities.
I took a very different approach. If Molly and Shaney bonded over their shared hatred of making decisions, my friendship with Shaney was built on finally having someone who would let me make all the decisions for me. I was the new girl at school, but Shaney thought it was a good idea to trust the weird little girl dressed like a pilgrim, so a friendship was born. It didn't take long for me to start calling all the shots. I took her indecisiveness as an opening and enlisted Shaney in all of the activities I couldn't get anyone else to do with me. Let's learn to cook. Let's make shirts out of bandanas. Let me do your makeup. Poorly, I may add. So thank God you didn't take me up on my offer to do it today. You look gorgeous. My ultimate triumph was getting Shaney to take an Irish step dancing class with me at the age of 16. We were the only two in the class, but our feet of flames lit up a recital and totally outshone all the 5-year-olds and their tutors.
Shaney, we may still be the world's most indecisive 28-year-old.
And I may still try to boss you around.
But you have made the biggest, best decision of your life all on your own, and we're so proud of you.
And Matt, you really must be doing something special if you got her to commit. So, here's to a future of making many more great decisions together. A toast to the happy couple.
It's Molly and Heather, ladies and gentlemen. How about a round of applause? That was fantastic. All right, well, I'll tell you what, food's going to be out shortly. Sit back, relax. We've got a fantastic...